Hey there, design enthusiast. You're welcome to our channel. Today we are going to be diving into the world of Figma and uncovering 10 game-changing plugins that will take your design process to a whole new level. Whether you are an intermediate designer or you are just starting out, these plugins are a must-have in your toolkit. So let's buckle up and unleash the creative magic together. My name is Adelami and I'm a member of the Careers Designers. You're welcome. If this is your first time on this channel, you're very much welcome. If this isn't, you're welcome back. Like I said in the intro, we're going to be taking a look at 10 game-changing plugins that will take your design process to a whole new level. Now, for some people, you may have seen one or two of these plugins before and even used them, while for some, you might not have even encountered them at all. That's fine. We just hope that you learn a thing or two from this video, and you can also make sure to share with your other friends to make sure that it reaches as many people as possible. Now, before we go into the 10 plugins, let's just take a brief look at what plugins are. In the context of a design software like Figma, plugins are third-party tools created by developers and designers to extend the capabilities of the main design application. Now, Figma is not an all-encompassing software that you can use for all things that you need to do. So there is a need to add things like extensions to help to extend the capabilities of Figma, which is the primary software. Now, the first plugin that we are going to be taking a look at is Remove BG. Now, in a bit to get to your plugins, whether you have installed them or not, all you just need to do is to come here, select this, you see components, plugins and widgets, then just tap plugins. It's that simple. Just tap plugins. And now the first plugin we are going to be taking a look at is Remove BG. Remove BG. Remove BG is that plugin that you use when you have to remove the background from a particular picture in a bid for you to use them in, say, your landing page. It's a very useful plugin that I make use of a lot. I make use of this plugin a lot, especially when you are designing landing pages. You'd have to take out the background in order to allow there to be uniformity in whatever you are designing. So most times you have to use Remove BG to take out the background and just give it a PNG kind of feel. Now, the other option to do this is to either go to the Remove BG main site or to go to Photoshop or whatever tool that you use to remove background, and that is just a step outside. Remember what I said about plugins. They help to extend the capabilities of the primary application, in this case Figma. So you just run it and then it helps you to remove the background of whatever picture that you put in the application. Now, the next thing that we're going to be looking at is Unsplash. So come here, type Unsplash, and you run it. Let's run Unsplash. Then I'll use a picture in Unsplash to explain what I talked about concerning Remove BG. So remember I said Remove BG is used to remove background. So Remove BG background. So let me import a picture. That's what Unsplash is for. Unsplash gives you access to pictures, gives you access to certain presets. So the main site also, that's what it does primarily, but this extension helps you to just do everything within the application. So let me search for flower, and then bring this in. Let's say I bring this, I just tap on it. Once I tap on it, it will come into my file. Now take a look at this, Shift 2 to zoom in, then I press Remove BG. If you are trying to discover how I brought up that search bar, you just press Ctrl P or Command P. So type Remove BG and run it. Now, if you are trying to start it for the first time, you have to set an API key. I have a video that helps with setting up your remove.bg, so you can just check that. So let me select this and then try that again. Something has to be selected. A picture has to be selected for Remove BG to work. So just wait, and voila, we have our picture that has its background removed. So we can just make use of this in whatever use case we need it for. The next thing we're going to be talking about is Iconify. This plugin cannot be overemphasized. It is a very large library. Just instead of going through the search menu, let me just come here for those that might not have it before. So let me just search Iconify. So once you search for Iconify, click on it. Now if you have not saved it, once you click on these three dots, you see an option to save, but I've saved here. That's why it's showing remove from save plugins. So once you save it, you can then just bring it up whenever you want and use them in your file. So I've brought up Iconify, and what I can just do now, I've searched for Instagram. Let's say I search for home, and once I search for it, I just come here. The beauty of Iconify is you can edit the colors of some of the icons, and then you can just choose to drag and drop inside here, and then you have your icon imported into the document. Very easy, very simple to use. You can use, but the thing there is you have to make sure that whenever you are making use of this icon, there has to be consistency within your icon. So if you are using an outlined icon, you have to make sure that you keep using outlined icons in order to ensure that there is consistency. The fourth one we are going to be talking about is brand fetch. Brand fetch, BRANDFETCH. And what this does is it helps us to import certain components or certain, for example, the basic one that we have is logos of brands. So let's say I search for Apple. Sometimes the color palette of that application, okay, let me search. They didn't give me access to that. Verify that your internal clock is set correctly. Oh, sorry about that. There must be a problem with my laptop's clock. So I hope you get the point though. Brand fetch helps you to get component, or helps you to get colors, helps you to get guides for most of these big brands. Now not all brands are there, but general brands that have big names, and especially when they are well registered, they should be on brand fetch, and you should be able to access their components, access their brand colors, access SVG files of their logo, PNG files of their logo using brand fetch. The fifth one we are going to be talking about is clean documents. Now clean documents is something I use a lot. I use clean document a lot. Now the primary case where I use clean document is, say I want to just tidy up my document, I want to sort my layers, but it has a number of more uses that I personally haven't explored yet, but this is the one I use it for mostly. Let's say the width of this is 1024.53. That decimal, just take a look at this. Okay, let me come here. Habits. So then I come here and I type clean document. Once I run clean document, let me just, it's trying to run. Let me run clean layers here. Then make pixel perfect, smart sort layer. These are the ones that I generally choose. So you can use this to also delete hidden layers, single layer groups. You can use to ungroup them. So now clean layers. Can you see what happened here? The 1024 has changed to 1025. So it approximated it to the nearest whole number. So that's what it does. So it just makes your design pixel perfect, so you don't have to deal with decimals. That could be a headache sometimes. Now the next one we are going to be talking about, let's say we have a text box like this. Let me draw a text box. Let me just edit this, make it bigger, or let me just draw mine from scratch. So I draw a text box, and then all I just need to do is Control P, or habits again. So I come here and I search for lorem ipsum, Dolores, Met, and but what it just does, it helps you, and let's bring it in. You know, we have our text box somewhere here. I just hope it hasn't vanished. Oh, it has vanished. So let's come here, create a text box again. So you see it just comes active immediately. So we can just choose to auto generate text to fit this place. I know you can begin to you have begun to imagine certain cases where you can use it. So you just need few text that you need to just fill certain spaces for your digital products, for your website. You can just make use of lorem ipsum to generate text for yourself. The seventh one we are going to be talking about, I made a video regarding typography some days ago. You can check that out on our YouTube channel. But this would help you to come up with typography type scales for your project. So it is important that you maintain consistency, and one way to do that is to come up with a guide for yourself. Now select type scales, run. Now let's round the values. You just select your scale. Like I said, we are golden people on this channel, so we use golden ratio, and we'll just generate your scale. All you just need to do now is to save this to, you can just save this to your library, and you can use it whenever you want. So I hope you got that. I really hope you got that. Now the next one we are going to be talking about is arc. We are going to be talking about arc. Now let's say we have a text like this. Let's say we have a text like this. Let's bring this out somewhere here and fill it with white. Then now I'm so sorry, I keep tapping on Control P. It's a habit. So one thing that we use arc for, come here, and yeah, we already have arc here, but if you don't have it, you can just come here and type arc. So then run. So what arc does is that it helps you to bend your typography. It helps you to bend it. It helps you to bend your typography. So take a look at this. There will be a preview here. Where this green is, there will be a preview. So you can just zoom in. There will be a preview here. So let's say we want our text to be round, circular. So we just apply, and bam, we've gotten this. Now these texts are just individual texts, but like I said, it's developers or designers that brought these things into Figma to just help extend the capabilities of what we can do. So it breaks them down and it converts them, just groups everything. So but you get the point. We use them to create arc text. So whatever you might need it for, you can give it a go. And yeah, that's it. That's the next plugin. What we're going to be talking about next is, I've also made a video on this. It's called Tint Shades. So let's bring this out. Control P. By this time you know that you can just press Control P to select what you want to select. Tint and shade. Okay, just wait for it to load. Tint and shades. This helps you to come up with a color palette from the lowest. Okay, let me select this. Okay, let me fill this rectangle. It gives me a rectangle here, especially when you don't have yours. It gives you a rectangle that I can just select. So I'll come here, since I've shown us how to do that. So tint and shades, and yes, since we have selected the rectangle with a fill, should help us come up with something. Right, this shouldn't be happening. I'll group this and give it a we just have a tint here already. We have a shade of blue. Aha, beautiful. Now you just saw what happened here. What we have is shades of the primary color. This shade of blue here, you can see light to dark. So all you just need to do again is, once you've selected this and you've selected the color, you can just come here and then add them to your library to use in your document, to use in your design when you're building your design system. So Tint and Shades will help you get that done. The next one we're going to be talking about, which is the last one, the final one, is contrast. So I come here again and I just type contrast, C-O-N-T-R-A-S-T. Now in design for accessibility, one key component is contrast, and you need to make sure that whatever you're doing follows the rules and follows the guidelines that are laid down for the necessary contrast, so to enhance readability and accessibility. Now you can see, let's select this. You can select this also. From here you can see it's not the best, but see this, the test based on the established guidelines. So but generally I use it for text, so I used to check for text. Okay, is this following? But okay, field and a contrast. All I can just then do is come here and let's say make it darker or lighter as the case may be. You see, as I keep increasing the shade of the color or the shade of the text, you see that it keeps testing for the contrast, and now I pass. So that's the end. Those are 10 plugins. Let me know if this is the first time you've heard of any of these plugins, and if this isn't, let me know that which you've been using consistently. Now if you need anything or you're finding anything hard to get done on Figma, you can just put it in the comment section and we would help you. Make sure that you are able to get it as quickly, as easily as possible, make a video specifically for you. So that's it for this video. Please make sure to like this video if it helped you. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. We have a number of helpful videos already, so you can just check through our channel and watch to see which one you might need. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.